All right. Welcome, everybody. We're here for another Truth Bomb Tuesday at Final Expense Direct. My name is Sarah Primo, and I have with me today two of our very own in the customer service department, where we do all things conservation for our clients. So I've got Miss Heather and I've got Miss Cheryl. So,
Yeah,
Cheryl, how you've been on with me before, but go ahead and for anybody that hasn't seen the video, how long have you been with the company?
11 years.
11 years.
Yeah,
About as long as
doesn't feel
me.
like it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you were one
yeah,
of my
doesn't.
first hires.
Yep.
Time goes. And Heather, how about you?
I'm creeping up there. I've been here about 8 years now.
Eight
Good
So,
years, yeah. And
job.
you started out as an agent
yes,
first
ma'am.
selling and then went to operator team and now
Operators.
here in customer service. So
Yes,
what guys do
ma'am.
you do or what companies do y'all do conservation for?
Go ahead,
Go
Cheryl.
ahead, Heather. No.
Oh, okay. Well, we actually handle and manage all of the different carriers, but specifically, I do Liberty, Pioneer, and Mutual of Omaha. Those are my
There you
top
go.
three.
Cool.
And I do Liberty, Great Western, Pioneer, um, AIG, and
Uh,
then you kind of have to familiarize yourself with all the others, but those are the ones
yeah.
that I mainly work.
Right. So with our department, when it comes to understanding the carriers and how they work and how they flow and assisting clients, you all know how to do everything with all the carriers because you never know
Yes,
what you're going to answer on that inbound call, right? So if it's somebody calling
yes.
in needing another policy or needing to change a beneficiary or what have you, you got to be able to handle it. But when it comes to the outbound conservation, you guys are assigned to specific carriers just so that it's organized and everybody's not working on top of each other. But anyway, the purpose of today is you guys are going to talk a little bit about Liberty Bankers and American Amicable, right? So
Hmm.
Hmm.
I'll let you guys have at it. I'm going to go ahead and jump out of here and let you guys talk amongst yourself for a little bit, give away some tips and tricks to some agents listening, and I'll jump back out in a few minutes.
All
Okay.
right. All right.
All
Thanks,
right.
Sarah.
All right.
Thanks.
Bye.
Hey,
Hi.
Cheryl.
Hey, I just wanted to talk about the differences. Like with Liberty, we're limited on what we can
Hmm.
do, whereas American Amicable is totally opposite. What do you think are some of the good points about Liberty?
Well, with Liberty, they are more flexible, more so with um, drafting. If we're
Yeah,
putting in requests,
yeah,
asking them, do they want to redate? I mean, I'm sorry, redraft or double draft next month. We do have the option to email, and those emails are answered
right
quickly.
away. Yeah, right away.
Versus American Amicable, as we know, it can take anywhere from 4 to 5 days for them to actually respond back.
Let me ask you because, like you said, Liberty Bankers, they only have two ways the client can pay either be on bank draft or they have to mail the payments in. And I'm a little
Correct.
leery about that because when a client mails a payment in, if it gets lost in the mail, the client is the only one suffering. So I always try to get them to stay on bank draft. That's the only thing that Liberty Bankers doesn't have a card reader. Where American Amicable, they're a larger company, but we have more flexibility as to what we can do. But what I
True.
learned to get around is when I'm talking to a client and they're wanting to redraft or make two payments next month, I make sure to let them know it's going to be a few days. Like today's
Mhm.
Tuesday, I'll tell a client, well, Heather, you're not going to see this draft come out of your account until either Friday or Monday. That saves me and that gives that client that expectation that it's not going to happen today. So
Yeah.
I use that a lot to help. But let me ask you, when you're calling the clients, like say American Amicable, do you
Mhm.
have an idea as to how you're going to approach keeping them on the books? Like, do you have a first plan, a second plan, a backup plan when you're
Yeah,
talking to them?
definitely, definitely. So initially, we definitely want to keep them on the books, as we say,
Bank draft,
without,
yeah.
yeah, bank draft without the credit card payments because we do have to talk to them every month if they are in fact on that. And
Yeah.
then if things happen, that's an easy way for the policy to lapse out. So, that is our biggest concern is keeping them on. One way that we try to verify so we're not double, constantly having it return is we get on with the actual banking institution that the client has and we try to verify that way. That way we have a smoother transition with it, processing. But other than that, it's really hard to keep tracking them down, every month. So we definitely want to keep them on bank draft.
Yeah. And this, it's important because it's done for their families. You really don't do life insurance for you. It's for your family.
Of course.
You don't want to make them hurt. But yeah, Pioneer has a lot of different things that we can do. Even Liberty Bankers, for instance, they have to get a good payment within the first 35 days of the app.
True.
Or they will have to be rewritten. Whereas
Rewritten.
Pioneer, they're more flexible. We can redate your policy to a later date, but we can also process a payment to get you covered.
Right, right.
So, and then there's a lot of things that we can do as customer service reps. We can chat with them. We can go in and
Cash.
update addresses, get forms. I mean, American
Mhm.
Amicable to me is awesome. I love Liberty because Liberty is one of the first companies I started working. Um, so I know a lot about Liberty. I know a lot about their rules and their regulations, but they're not as large as American Amicable. I
Well, let
mean,
me
we
ask
have,
you this. Let me just real quick. Let me ask you this about the cash value. How do you feel the differences are between Pioneer and Liberty with that cash value as far as, what it offers and how to apply it?
I believe that that's a whole. And if the client is, that would be my last option. I don't want, because if you're behind, your cash value is an incentive and it's also a cushion, and you don't want to
Mhm.
really use it to make the monthly payments. But some clients, I mean, they're doing everything they can. With Pioneer, you can see what the client has available or what they've taken out, whereas Liberty, you can't see, So um, I try to stay away from it, but I do know that it is an option for clients, but it's actually a deeper hole. And
Right, and it is. It is.
yeah,
It's definitely a
yeah,
deeper hole. But I mean,
yeah.
again, a lot of times with cash value, which a lot of the clients don't know about, it does start accruing after the second year. So
Well,
it's,
actually, it starts
oh,
from
it's
the
at the
very first
third
payment.
year.
No, no, this is what I tell clients. It's every month. Every month that you make a payment, there are pennies put over to the side, and those
Okay.
pennies that are put over to the side are for you in case you get into a hardship. And I always tell people I would only use it to house or feed myself. I wouldn't
Okay.
use it for anything else. But from the very first payment that a client makes, every month there's pennies put over to the side. The client cannot touch it for the first 2 years. But then after
Okay.
that, then they can take a loan. But that's, like I said, that's something, loans have a tendency to make us go deeper in the hole. If we can find ways
Understood.
to redate it, in other words, Pioneer gives you what, 60, 90 days before your policy's lapsed out.
Actually
Hey,
lapsed.
let's make a payment every month to keep you covered. I always tell clients you want to leave that cash value as a cushion for you. It's
Right.
really not a good thing to use it, but a lot of clients do. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you got to know about it.
Of
You got to know.
course.
Yeah. Yeah. You got
Of
to know about
course.
it. Yep.
Well,
And let me see.
and that was another good thing you touched on, the redate versus no redate, like you said with Pioneer or American Amicable. Um, they allow you to we can easily redate
Redate.
it up to 2 months ahead versus Liberty, kind of after 35 days, you have to rewrite it. So,
But that's, yeah, well, it's a good sense. I mean, if you write an app, Liberty has a rule that the first 35 days a payment must
mhm,
be made.
yes,
I just wish Liberty had a card reader. If Liberty had a
that,
card reader,
yes,
we would be it would be better to conserve, especially for those clients who are 2 and 3 months behind and can't triple draft or double draft. So it
correct.
is a huge difference. But with Liberty, I try to stay closer. Pioneer, I have a whole lot of things that I can do for the clients, but
Mhm,
Liberty, I try to stay close, try to make contact within that first 35 days.
right.
As I may call you three or four times that week that it
Mhm,
returns, trying to reach out to you to save you, because it's better to save you than to rewrite you,
correct,
you
correct,
know,
correct.
you know.
Now, one of those things I was going to say about Liberty, I do like the fact that Liberty does start their policies at 18 to 80 versus Pioneer, they start at 50. So if you have a younger family or, people that you want to get on at an earlier age, I do think that's awesome that they're able to get them set up. Hey, Miss
You just
Cheryl,
taught me something. I didn't know that.
didn't?
I didn't know that. I'm more of
Okay.
the rules and what can I do to save you. I didn't worry about how old you are, but yeah,
That's
okay.
Right,
coming
Thank
from an
you.
ex-agent versus somebody that's worked in
right.
the customer service the whole time.
Yeah,
So you guys have some good
yeah,
chats, looks like.
Yes,
yeah,
ma'am.
yeah.
Good, good. All right. Any final statements to wrap things up, or we got it all?
American Amicable, we love you. Liberty, we love you. Uh, let's get
They
a
just
card
have
for your Liberty.
they have their pros and cons. But I
Yeah,
mean, emails versus,
yeah.
doing certain things quickly. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's a great company, both of them.
Yeah.
But
Both of them
Heather, I
are.
tell you, if you tell the clients what I tell you when you set up the redraft or the payment or whatever, let them know the expectations. It stops them calling, and the money's still there. The money's still there. It's gonna,
Yeah,
Sarah, hey, your payment's not gonna clear till Friday or Monday. Just letting you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yep. All right, guys. Well, that kind of wraps up Truth Bomb Tuesday with us at Final Expense Direct. So thanks for being here to watch. Like and subscribe to the videos, and you'll get all these videos moving forward from us. There's also all sorts of little tidbits of thrown out there, a little bit about our company and our agency and some of sales meetings that happen as well. So thank you.
You're
You're
welcome.
welcome. Enjoy your day. See you later,
Bye.
Heather.
Bye
Bye.
bye.